And Ade also now visits are there, things are there, and he's very good in that. Now he's handling now. Now he's fully trained in maths. He can handle. Now I myself involved in clearing lot of, and he cleared all the bills even through DSC also, by information. I have spent near about how much? Here 1 crore, there 2 crore. Something like 3 crores are with the DSC I passed the bills. PO madam also is telling your bills are very perfect, sir, there's no anti-banking. That's why other PO will not pass our bills.
Our single point of contact, Kasha is better, sir. So follow our MSME.
Yeah.
So that anything will get clarified from our Kasha. Kasha also president, and they will clarify to our members. I think that is a good move, sir.
We'll go from this, no doubt. We'll make a common template.
Yes.
Venkatesh, let's work on support and try to.
Sir,
A lot of teaching problems are in the states are not able to clear this usage. Every time, pay is also very.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Every state is not able to. We do that.
Sir, good morning.
We'll take care. That.
Sir, good morning. Sir, at Kasha, we ourselves are registered as a TPA, sir. Kasha is a registered TPA, and about a year back, we did a lot of interaction with the students. We went to a lot of Udyogam and all. We tried to bridge a connect between the students and the MSMEs. What is the basic problem that we are facing is student doesn't want to work as apprentice. The word apprentice itself is not catchy for them. They directly want a full-time employment. And with whatever apprentice stipends that we have know about 5,000 and all, it is not catchy for them. They feel I will get a better job going outside, because for an ITI they feel it's very less. Outside Kasha, I myself am a TPA, where I've got more than 1,300 people. There I've been asking the companies to pay the minimum wages. There I'm not facing any issues. But when it is MSME, we always try to go for the best benefit that a MSME can get. But this 5,000, whatever we have fixed, it's not catchy for the students, and the word apprentice itself is not going into their mind. We tell whatever you get here is an experience for the next future for you. That's not going to them. They want the job on the day. They want to be on the road on the day one itself. That is the biggest problem that we are facing, trying to promote maps among MSMEs. Because this 1,500 may not be required by us also, but the students are not coming here. When we did the Udyogam Mela, we have tried with at least 150 students. They come here, we make a match between the companies and the students, but they never turn up. They say, sir, we are not interested to go as apprentice. They really are not interested to go as apprentice. So the best thing is we should make some rule inside the department where working as an apprentice with the MSME is compulsory. A big company can always take an apprentice and digest them. But for a MSME, if it's made compulsory, they would stick with us. At least you make it a point that they are with us for a year. Because the first 3 months, we'll go for the basic training, like you are doing the BTP program. So the 3 months itself is, at the end of the day, it's going as a training for them, and the MSME is spending on them. So at least let them be with us for the next 9 months, and let us also take the fruits of employing them. It should be a win-win for both of them, which is not happening, sir.
Okay, I'll tell you.
I think we need to, sir, this focus is on the DST system only. The engagement is only on DST. And if the presentation is made, we need whatever points I raised upfront. Let us have clarity on DST first.
What we do is, we'll, after the end of this, we'll address the issue. I know that problem, because I'm handling Telangana also sometimes, AP also is problem are there. So that I'll
But
address.
as a TPA, I'm not facing any problem, sir. I have more than 1,200 people on my rolls. I am a registered TPA with NSTI. There I am not facing this problem. But when it's working with MSME, it pinches them.
Those issues are there. So we'll discuss that. We'll be here till spend more time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good morning, everybody. My name is G. Venkatesh. I am the Deputy Central Apprentice Officer for the Karnataka State, and I am the Deputy Director in the ITIS, looking at the Kerala and Metrology Lab. We will be giving a training for those people also. So in this particular presentation, I would like to give the brief about this dual system of training and apprentice training. These are the, not only these are the training systems. I hope it is audible to the last. Okay,
Better Michael.
Yeah.
You can sit and talk.
It's okay, sir. I will feel comfortable if I stand. It's okay. So in this presentation, I would like to combine these two systems about the dual system of training and apprenticeship training. So before that, I would like to say that earlier, before 1 year before, there was apprentice regional director was there only in the region wise. It is not in our Karnataka state. But since for the last 1 year, in each and every state, that the RDST has been established. And this one of the RDST Karnataka is the new one that established since October 2019. And we are taking care of all the apprentice issues for the Karnataka state. And I'm the apprentice advisor for those central and government institute. And of course, the state will be there for looking out all the private and other state things. In general, we have 4 different schemes under the DGET. One is the Craftsmen training scheme, Flexi MOE, and dual system of training and apprentice training. Of course, the Craftsmen scheme is nothing but a traditional way of ITIS. The boy who will go for the ITI, have 1 year or 2 years, and he will go for the next job. So that's the Craftsman training scheme. That is the vocational training, shaping the craftsman to meet the existing as well as the future manpower need through the vast network ITIS. The ITIS is conducting those courses. And another one is the Flexi MOE, which is a new one. Suppose for some industries, they have a different skill set which is not available. That particular trade may not be available in the designated trade. What we are saying is the trade which are being approved by the government. Those things, those skill set, the industries themselves can create the syllabus and they can train their own people and they can employ or they can give to the market also. That is another Flexi MOU. And what we are going to discuss about the DST. Dual system of training. Already all industries have the same problem that there is a lot of gap between the ITIS who is coming out of the ITI and industry. So what the DGT has thought of it, why don't we have a system which will fulfill your requirement? So that's the reason the dual system of training has been introduced. The main purpose of the dual system of the training is to enable industry to partner the ITIS. That is, the industry has to partner the ITIS and they will tell the ITIS what sort of training has to be given for that thing. So there will be a flexibility of the candidates to learn more and more in the industries. So, for example, in our curriculum, there will be a limited scope will be there to learn the things. The industry will know what exactly what the candidate has to learn. So, in this particular system, the industry have the more involvement in the curriculum development. Next. So, in general, the industrial exposure under this system is suppose the course is of 6 months. Half of the months you will that means half of the period. 3 months should be in the industrial. If it is a 1 year, 6 months, and 2 years, it is 6 to 12 months. And this particular month is not fixed. This particular month, suppose the candidate is entered into the IT for the 2 years, this 6 to 12 months is not fixed, it is a flexible up to the IT and the industry. The industry can fix whatever, whenever he needs, they can make a black 1, black 2, black 3, black 4, whatever required by the industries, not by the IT. So the IT can have the discussion with the particular industry and they can make the black as per the requirement of industry, who can think that this particular candidate can be molded in the particular place. So the full flexibility on this particular system is based only on the industries. They can sort out the system of training schedule themselves. So this is the exposure, this 4 months, 6 months, whatever months, that can be flexible up to the industry. And admission assessment certificate is same as that of our traditional system only. There is no difference. There is no difference between the DST and this one. He has to enter the common entrance test and he has to enter the ITA. So once he enters to the DST, enter to the ITA, then there will be segregation of the candidate will be there, whether he will go for the regular ITA or he will go under the DST. Here, there is 2 differences there. One, as our sources are told, there should be assessment should be there. Yes, if there is an assessment is by the industry. It is not only the assessment by the ITA or by the DGET. The assessment has to be done by the industry also. That will also be included in his final exam. It is not only the IT, it is not only DGET. There should be a formative assessment shall be done by both IT and the industry partner. That will be the valid thing. And he has to appear and he has to pass in the particular assessment. Apart from the differences, the certificate those who are getting the certificate on this under this particular system will have the name of the industry where he has gone undergone the training. These are the two different between the normal ITI and those of candidates coming under the DST. One is the formality assessment done by the industry, and second is in NTC certificate he will have the industry name. Next. So what we have to do it, first the ITI has to sign the MOU with the industries, and batches has to be formed. And ITI may sign, ITI can have a MOU with a different industry, not it is mainly, for suppose they have 20 people are there. It does not mean that 20 people has to go only for the one industry. Because the industry may not be capable to take the 20 people also. They can take a 4, they can take a 3. So it depends on the thing. The ITI can make the MOU with a different industry of the same trade. Suppose the welder, let us take example of the welder, having the 20 people are there. And there are 5 industries are there. So this 5 industry can take the 4 people, they can take. It is not required that all the 20 people have to go into only thing, and the timing of these 4 people can be different. That the mutual agreement between the ITI and the industry can fix the timing for those things. And what is the role of the ITIs in the DST? So they have to sign the MOU, of course, that is important thing. And they have to ensure that trainees opting for the DST are aware of the industry expectation. It is not just like that it is a response to the industry, so they can do it. No. The instructor who is going to look out that particular batch, he should hold of those things, and he has to explain him and ensure that how the candidate has to be behave in the industry. It is his responsibility. And ensure acknowledgement writing. He also gets acknowledgement from the industry. It is not just to forcing the candidate to go to the DST. He should have the interest. The concerned candidate should have the interest. Then only he will be put into the DST. And prepare a training schedule. Of course, it has to be training schedule in consultation with the industry. And monitor the student progress of the industry. It is not just like that industry will take care, we don't need to take care. No, it is not like that. Until from the first day to the last day, it is the responsibility of the instructor to take care of the particular candidate in all, so in industry as well as the institute. And ensure the formal assessment by the industry has been conducted or not. And it has to be, it is not just like that. He cannot leave, he can also ensure that assessment has been done by the industry or not. As he said correctly, the assessment will be based on what are the criteria fixed by the industry. It is not no way it will be the IT instructor or IT will be involved in this one. The formality assessment mark can be given under parameters set by the industries. So what is the role of the industry here? So once here, okay, let me complete and come to the one perspective what I am getting from the industries. So they have to assign the trainer responsible for industrial training. That means whoever comes in the 4 or 5 people, the group of people who came to the industry, there should be a separate trainer has to be there. Whoever it may be, whether the employee or if you want to separately engage, that up to the industry. And follow the schedule for the industry training, mutually agreed by the both industry and ITI. Provide on-job training and the trade relevant domain skills. And allocate and supervise the training and trade relevant project. That relevant project and task has to be given to him. And the formality assessment has to be conducted. And of course, he has to be treated apart with our industry people because the healthy and safety facility is important. So it has to be followed for him also. And regard attendance, and it is required. And industry can have the multiple locations. Suppose the industry have the he has two or three locations. It is not mandatory to have a training only. It is up to the industry. Suppose he is computer training in 1 month, he can go to the next location of the same industry and somewhere else. That's not a problem. So what the problem here is? Most of the industry, whenever I have an interaction with the industry, then the first question is, the big question is why? Why I have to train the people? This is the question arising here. What benefit I am getting here? So this perspective has to be little changed in the industry. Okay, of course, you have your own job, your production is there, your business is there, that is different. But this question has to be little changed. There is a responsibility for the industry also on the students to equip him or make him to the skill there, and we have to contribute. Industry also to contribute to improve the next. So there is a perspective that has to be changed from the industry side. Next. So eligibility, all the ITIs who are having a grading and 2 can do the eligibility, and of course the vacancy whatever it may be that can be utilized for the DST. Okay. Next. And eligibility industries. So earlier there was a lot of what you call more construction was there. Now it has been relaxed now. So it should be that if 40 people are there, then they can employ the DST. They can go for the DST. If it is a service sector, that the non-engineering trades, 6 people is sufficient. And minimum turnover 1 crore per year for the last 3 years. And for the service is the 10 lakhs per year for the last 2 years. And registration, you must be registered at least 2 years. Or any state and central authority registered, that's also fine. So any industrial cluster, industrial association is also eligible for engaging the DST mode. Next. The MOU has to be drafted as per the guidelines, whatever we discussed so far. And in case more than one industry and more than one location, the same, whatever we are going to do, that has to be recorded in the MOU. That is a simple thing. And minimum MOU period 3 years engineering trades and 2 years for the non-engineering trades, maybe extended on mutual understanding. That depends on the ITI and the industry. They can increase the duration. And the curriculum has to be covered as per the syllabus. The syllabus that mutually agreed again. The training schedule. The syllabus will be same. The schedule can be mutually agreed with the two people, both parties. Next. So what are the benefits we feel is available of ready-made skill work courses. If it is trained by the industry, you know better than us. We people, the academic side, you people know the market value. So you can mold the people. So you will get the ready-made people for the skill work courses. And definitely there will be a productivity increase in there. And apart from them, you are sharpening the forces for the global requirements. India can face anywhere. The people who are trained in India can go anywhere. That you are giving the preference more than us, and playing a greater role as skill development for the nation and contributing voluntarily for the social development. So these are the benefits we expect industry will have. So these are the little brief about the DST. Here, the ITA in principle is empowered to sign on the MOU. It is not need of any DTT or the DAT has to involve in anything. The concern principle is with the approval of the DAT, he can make a MOU. He is competent authority to have the MOU with the concerned industry. So these are the little brief of the DST. I have a little brief on apprenticeship also. Let us complete discussion start. So as you already know, because most of the people are engaging the apprentice, it is obligatory for the employees who have workforce and 30 employees or above. And we expect that due to different problems that industries are unable to employ the apprentices, we will have the discussion on this one. And thing is, within the financial year, that there is a band of 2.5% to 15% of the people, or the total to the establishment, they can recruit the people. This particular band, 2.5% to 15%, is includes all type of apprentices. Let us say what are the different type of apprentices are available. Okay, next. So type of apprentices, one is called trade apprentices, that is who have completed the ITI. In general, all the trade apprentices, that is what we are calling as a designated trades, are called as the trade apprentices. These trade apprentices are eligible for NAPS. There are one more thing is that is called the optional trades. For this, some of them there is a NAPS is there, some of them NAPS is not there. So trade apprentices there, so those who are completed ITI, they are called as the trade apprentices. The fresh apprentices is nothing but those who are completed 8th standard, 10th standard, 12th standard pass out, they are called the fresh apprentices. For them, the course will be after 2 years. For the ITI people, the course will be 1 year. For the freshers, it will be after 2 years. Graduate apprentices who has completed the BTech PE, and technician apprentice, diploma people, and one more apprentice called technical apprentice. Technician apprentice is nothing but after completion of vocational training in the 10+2 system. So these are the type of apprentices. This brand that the 2.5 to 15% is including of these all type of apprentices. And moreover, it is not mean that we have to take only 15%. If you require, you can take more than 15% also. Nobody is going to take. Nobody has to stop anything. Only thing is, only you will get a NAPS benefit for this particular 15%. That's the purpose of giving the 2.5% is the 15%. If you want to take 100 people, nothing worry, we will not. We will invite you to. It is appreciable also. But only thing is, we will restrict it only to the 15% of the NAPS clear, the reuse. So duration of that thing, as I already told, the ITI courses will be 1 year. Actually, it is 24 months. Some of the courses are there for 2 years, but in general, maximum 98% of the thing is only 1 year. And dual system, again, 1 year to 2 years is there. Graduates only 1 year. Diploma holders for 2 years. And some of the courses where those are completed PMKV DDO, it is again 2 years. And diplomas 2 years, and postgraduate is 2 years. This is the prescribed stipend. This is not a stipend that means we have to give only this much. It is only the prescribed stipend. That is the minimum thing you have to do it. Again, earlier, as you correctly said, earlier the thing was different. That is, we have to give the minimum daily wages. But it has been revised because some of the MSME companies, they have complained that it is not possible for us to give the daily wages for the apprentices since he is not contributing much on the work. So this is because of this we have revised this one. Here it was the daily wages only. Now it has been changed to the prescribed amount, and it is only the prescribed amount. It is not a fixed amount. That up to the industries can do more than that, not below this. These are different things. For ITI we have to give 7,000 per month. Next. NAPS. So NAPS is the one of the scheme that is for promoting the apprentice. Because as the industries has been expressed that why we have to give the training. So in order to give them boost or in order to give the initiative, this particular system has been introduced, in which carrying out to 25% of the discounts are subject to the maximum INR rupees 1,000 per month per apprentice. So here you have the doubt is there, I will clarify the doubt. Okay. And one more thing is BTP. For the freshers, there is I have told the freshers there will be two different type of training will be there. One is called basic training, followed by the OJT. And the training will be there. For those people, they will have the basic training. Reimbursement will be there for 7,500. Training for the maximum 500 hours. Next. Okay. So we will clarify the three questions out. Then you can ask the questions. Then we will have a discussion on this one. The first question: need a 6 months at the last of the DST. Is it correct? The first question. May I know, sir, why you need a 6 months at the, for this candidate?
I would like to take 2 steps back and clarify about the industry position.
Yes, sir.
Sir, always industry prefers to have a trained employee coming in. That is his first preference. The situation we are talking now is something which is not, doesn't go into the mindsets of any industry. Taking a boy inside. See, this all, see, another few points which we should also look at is the safety, security, which you have mentioned into, like, to be considered like any other employees. So now the student also need to be covered under the ESI. See, any person, anyone within the factory premises, any sort of health or any hazard happens to the person, the employer is accountable and responsible. How is these things covered? And the other point, what I would like to look at is, these 6 months, why I am particular is, there should be a clear divide between the education and his work. So this is a practical training which is undergoing in the last 6 months. Industry, though they don't depend on, the output of the industry doesn't depend on the students, still, end of the 6th month, there will, after the training, slowly the industry will start depending on the students for some sort of outputs. When the expectation is there and the student starts working a little bit, then they go back to institute for a month or a 2 break or in between breaks. The industry cannot have this kind of luxury. They need continuity. Just to create a continuity, I am trying to see last 6 months is the ideal way to, sir, as our Rao sir said, we are all putting a lot of time into this today's discussion. Sir, we need to be very practical. Sir, if we have to somehow manage and do a program, sir, this will end up like any other program. Even I am very serious and particular. If I have to be there, we have to do a serious job. Sir, let us be very clear. Anything out of this, according to me, with the 30 years of experience, industry experience, this will not work. Sir, the employers will not have any benefit, nor they will be interested. Because the continuity is mandatory. Students' mindset is also critical. Suppose you put a student into an industry. He has an exam left behind. A few exams are left behind. He has to go back. Sir, he will not be attending to the training. He will be only looking at what should I read, how should I go back, when should I go back, traveling, the distance between industry and his institute, and his living conditions. Sir, these have to be clarified. If this has to be successful, disconnect him appropriately. Otherwise, this will be very, very critical. Then only the industry is at a higher risk, because the 6 months, nothing can be expected out of the student by the industry. Nothing can be expected. In fact, they will have to give their time. They will have to concentrate the students. So this will be a big connect. I think our other industry friends also should voice out. See, one thing is very clear. No, during a lot of spend is there also on the training. Our industries in India, none of the industries have a training mentality. No industries are built with a training mentality. They are all built to produce. They are all meant for production. Now we are inculcating something very new out of the box. So why will, sir, simple question, why will the industry entertain this?
Yes, I got this.
The fundamental question, why should the industry entertain this? Why should they accommodate student half-pay?
Yes.
No, you need to answer that. Why will they do?
Yes, I
So
got
if they have to do,
this is not the first time I getting this answer. I got this question a lot of times.
yes, there should be, sir, one point which I still not got clarity is the 1,500 rupees.
Yeah.
Sir, who should
I'll
pay that?
clarify.
And what does the employer pay?
I'll clarify.
we see that clarification because 1,500 and 25%, the contradictory.
Yes, yes, we'll clear.
So then
Let's go to point by point, that's the reason. Right, sir, that you are telling that 6 months is required at the last period of this one. Correct, sir, what your perspective, you are telling that he will be utilized as a workman, is it correct? Not as a trainee?
No. What does he know?
That's what, yes, good, correct.
So,
Yes.
I'm only looking at, sir, when I read a book, I cannot have 10 books open parallelly. I need to concentrate on this.
Yeah.
That is my thought. When he is moving into industry for a training, you can't keep him engaged for something else. Sir, bifurcate it clearly into two, then it can work.
Yes, sir, that's the reason. If you are clearly told when they come into the 6 months, he doesn't know anything about industry, correct, sir?
Sir, again, if you look at when I gave a presentation to Commissioner sir, sir, in this 1.5 years, how well you prepare him is also equally important.
Yes, yes, sure.
Sir, you
sure,
need to
sure.
bring in a industry connect, industry visits, motivations. Your curriculum need to be well addressed to the industries. These need to be very practical.
Yes, sir. For that reason only, we are asking him to on the block wise. Instead of going for the last 6 months, we require your advice also. Within this 1.5 years.
This is happening now.
Yes.
If you look at apprentice program, it is happening on off. Sir, it is a pain. It is a real pain to the industry and pain.
Sir, let me clarify, sir. Where the apprentice is the problem is, I don't.
Sir, I am telling you, where means.
The DSC and the apprentice is different, sir.
Sir, one thing, sir, industry, I'll tell you the mentality. That's what,
That is the reason. That is
the reason.
Where is the problem?
See, industry always prefers to have a trained candidate.
Yes, sir, understood. Yes,
Now, they should simply come and work on the mission. That's what they.
yes, yes.
The problem here is now we should train, which is not a system in the industry. Training is not a part of industry's activity. This is something new. And now our job, collective job, is to make both of them beneficial. Sir, okay, sir, one person comes in as a trainee. Okay, we need to train him. Sir, during this period, if you move him on off, sir, there will be some dependency on him. Some activity will be assigned to him. Suppose he goes out for 1 month for some theory classes or some exams. Sir, who will fill that gap?
If you feel, then you can make it your black like 1.5 and 6 months. So it's not only for, we cannot make for the whole industry, because
This will also help. If the last 6 months is engaged, he might go back to the industry, that is institute for getting his certificate and marks card for 2-3 days break. He will again come back, sir. Then we can insist the industries to employ him for as a continuity. Sir, otherwise you will miss the employment opportunity. You can think now. And he will not be employed. Suppose in the last, even in the last 1 month, he takes a leave for some attending the institute. Then he comes back to the industry. Sir, employment is at risk. Sir, I am giving a general voice.
Yeah.
I am not talking from my industry perspective.
From your perspective,
It's a
you are
general
telling
voice.
the problem.
Sir, industry will not engage him. Now again you are creating unemployment. Now how will we solve?
What? Okay, if it is your
Continuity is there, employment opportunities are higher.
Okay, when the boy comes out of 6 months, definitely will be some training will be there for him.
Sorry?
There should be some training from your end also will be there.
When
After 1.5 years, he is completing the institute and coming at the 6 month first month, definitely there will be training from your end also. It will be there.
Yes.
So you will be giving us only you will getting a benefit of 3 months after. Is correct?
Sorry?
In 6 months period, you will be giving him training at least 1 to 2 months will be there.
No, training is a continuous job.
Yes, sir. If
Sir,
suppose he 2 months
even after
will be there-
6 months, sir, first 6 months they will not learn anything.
Yes,
Nothing can be taken out of them.
yes.
But some sort of accountability, responsibility will be assigned for smaller activities, if not bigger activities.
So within the 6 months, what sort of training you will be giving or what sort of knowledge you can give it to?
Sir, that is what, see, I tell you, every industry will be unique. Every industry is unique. Once the student gets in, he will be given certain role. Though he will have one exposure all around, certain role, and he will be trained on that mission or that process. So he will get trained on that. During the 6 months, only stipend is given. Post the 6 months, employment is given, and the minimum wages will start.
Yes.
Sir, if there is a gap here, then we are in trouble.
Sir, can I speak this?
Yes, sir.
Hey, one second.
Yes.
Sir.
You just address what he said. What he saying is correct. You can't expect them to invest on somebody when they know that we're not sure that they're going to continue with them. So he's saying the practically why should I invest?
Yes.
It's a fair enough point. So what I'm telling you is, there are 2 points. One is the DSC part, second is the apprenticeship. So can we have a linkage between DSC and apprenticeship?
Link between DST and apprenticeship. Yes, sir, it's possible.
How can
Sir, suppose the trainee is coming into the ITI, he can be put it as the what is called bridge course. He can after the DST, he can go for the apprenticeship. That's also possible.
bridge course not enough?
Yes.
He's saying that can we form as per your SOP? The 2-year course, he's saying last 6 months giving as part of DSC. Let him come and work with us so that he can be fully mentally prepared to work for 6 months. After that, will be ready to take him as apprentice. Is it
Possibilities are very high elements. Possibilities of engaging based on industry situations.
Is it possible?
It's possible, sir.
So why don't you tell them as part of your SOP that it can be done?
It's possible, sir. After DST, he can get the apprentice from the same company itself.
One is after 1.5 years, last 6 months should be for DSC.
Yes.
After that, we can put a condition that we have to take him as apprentice. Is that okay?
Not
Condition, yes, sir. In our first discussion,
Now, his question is there should not be a break. Okay, but as per our system, examination is there. Whether you can afford at least 15 days.
No.
Otherwise, you can advance it.
1.5 years when you send him out, please complete your examinations.
See, and then
Portions need to be completed, exam should be completed. Your practical, whatever, I saw one of your point. It is not only the industry who recommends him how he put his in practical in the 6 months. ITI also has some norms of practical evaluation in this 1.5 years. Sir, please do that. Finish off his all scorings.
see, I'll tell you.
Then don't disclose, you send it.
So I'll tell you what. This is just like your medical degree. DSC should be treated as internship. The theory, everything is over, you pass it, then only internship should start. DSC is like that. You can't expect it's right, half-baked product to go into industry and you'll be putting around with the equipment. That doesn't happen. I think we should also seriously make a recommendation to DGT. So why don't you address the issue? So for 1.5 years, last time also we discussed. Yes. 1.5 years, you give them exposure visits to industry, but you can make so individual, your shop floor, for example, all these field exposure visits should be scheduled.
Yes.
Should be very structured. It's not that he comes there just for a trip, for day trip and goes.
Exactly.
It doesn't work that way. So you please make a suggestion trade wise how this for these 1.5 years how it should be structured. So it should we will recommend and we forward it. He'll also ensure that is incorporated. It's a structured visit to the industry. These are the checklists which need to understand and he visits the shop floor, comes back, completes the theoretical part, we evaluate him, pass him. Then only after 1.5 years, after completing all the theoretical part, he gets into industry, finishes his DSC part 6 months. After that, since we are accommodating the industry, we can put the condition that it could be given for apprenticeship. Fair enough?
Yes.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So it's a win-win for both. Otherwise, why do they invest so much time in your
One thing, sir. Sorry, exam.
Sir, one doubt. Just during this like 1.5 years training, how much government is paying to students?
Yeah.
For DSC, there is no stipend, sir. I will clarify that for the DSC, there is no stipend.
From the government.
No stipend.
So we also need not pay.
No need to pay. If you need to pay, you can.
Just 6 months,
No
we
need
just
to
need not pay.
No need to pay.
Because that need to be clarified in the amount.
It's very clear, sir. It is not for DSC stipend or other stipend.
DST plan, what is this 25% under that?
I got to the point. I got to the point.
Why you consider it in your DST?
Let me complete the DSC, then I come to that particular point. Sir, I will make it clear for the DSC, there is no stipend. You will need to have that thing that up to the industry can do the stipend.
It is similar to.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
That is one thing. The insurance part of it is taken care by the
Yes, sir, that's what, I want to clarify about the difference between
during this stage, the insurance of the person is taken care of.
insurance, general life
Something
insurance.
unfortunate.
The WCP is covered for the workman's compensation is covered for apprentice.
Apprentice is different.
DST, you don't have any scheme. That has to be taken care by the industry. Otherwise, labor department will harass us.
The general safety net is up to the what are the industry things they will have.
Not up to this. If I don't want that option should be there, that should be given by you.
No, it has to be.
So risk has to be taken by the industry. Why?
Yes.
One thing. Second thing, after 3 months, if he leaves and gets out, who is responsible?
3 months you will.
He will be there with 6 months stipulated training has to be done at our industry. But after 3 months, he will not be there.
You will not eligible for the exam. You will not get a certificate.
So there is a link for that, and there is a control on that.
Until the clearance from industry will not be attending.
Attendance also, we
Yes,
are,
yes.
whatever we tell, is unfit for the examination, that then he should not be attending.
Repair report should be given by the industry and they have to.
Immediately. And the certification is given in a joint here.
Coming to the DPT, your name will be there on the certificate. And industry name will be on the certificate.
Sourcing. Now comes to the sourcing. Like when I sign a MOU, 3 people I'll be taking every year. That 3 people, giving 3 people is who? That once you sign, then that will be compulsory. Because we will be adhered to that, because that we will be accommodating that and keeping that slot for the training. So that has to be
Point number 3, sir, what you're asking.
So just one small suggestion, sir.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
You complete your theory, then go for article.
Sir, now this question, now this question, when he entered from DST, the boy run away after 2 months, 3 months. Then he will be whose baby. So that is the reason when both are having industry and institute, so he is with the control of industry. So at the end of the 6 months,
Sir, can I-
1 week you guys have a break.
No, after 6 months, you will have examination in my view, because if you finish the examination, come here, we will not, nobody will have to prepare.
That is what, sir, after 1.5 years, when 6 months he is with you, he is with your control, and both are controlling that boy. So at least for 1 week, if you break for only examination, immediate after examination, again, he will continue with you as apprentice.
The break of 1 week is not just for writing exam, we should prepare also. Yes, sir, the break will be much upfront.
Sir, preparation that already will be completed within this 1.5 years and only practical work.
6 months gap will be new, sir. You give it after the examination, you need even a very course. After the examination, same paper you give the next day. Sir, he will read.
Sir, you can split the examination
Sir, that is the
into 2
condition of
segments.
our students.
Examination into 2 segments.
What they want is you finish up all your Lika study in this 18 months.
Okay, sir.
Next 6 months, he says, then you start.
Sir, once he is completed 18 months from the institute, they will be discarded, and after joining the company, if they run away after 3 months, they
Yes,
will
sir.
have a
You are not giving him the final certificate.
Sir,
Sir, the certificate is still with you. And sir, end of second year, until we give a report, you compile it, then you are preparing, and then, sir, have a program in your facility. You can also invite the industry people who have supported you. Do a good function, give them a certificate there, then only it will help.
sir, one point, sir, Commissioner, sir, you addressed one simple point, that internship like in medicine, you said, this is what we fighting right from the beginning there. If you implement that in this system, there's everything problem is solved. I think you need focus on that, Mr. Venkatesh, sir, and bring it to the point. Internship of the medicine. Like that, this 1.5 years they complete that, again 1.5 years they should be with us. That 1.5 years it should be internship of medicine. These are the point, I think it will solve. And the second point is, sir, I wanted to highlight to Mr. Kulkarni also said, during this 1.5 years, what is their ESI we have to take care? Because they are not comes under ESI, but still we have to take care. It is our moral responsibility of the industry and labor to take care the their health and hazards. So we have to take care. Okay, we can take. We can presently what we are doing. I am also a stakeholder of this on the lab scheme. We have got a medical insurance on their name by paying for the 1 year, 1 year. But we are not getting any support from the government. This also you need to focus. It is our responsibility because once it is happened in the factory premises, it will be a moral responsibility. Our labor classes will come. As an apprenticeship, as a DSP, they will not be covered under ESA. Labor inspector also should not be focused more on that. But still we have to take the insurance of that. You give a guidance what is to be done and what support. This is the most important.
Sir, excuse me, only one point I will like to tell you. The between ITI and industry, when the MOI has been made for every year, 3 candidates and other. The problem where it comes, sometimes we have heard from the ITI when we call for sending the candidates, they told you plus first you send the candidates for the course, then after passing we will send. This case has come. For ITI, there were no some students are not there. If the case arises, if we make a MOI with ITI, if they doesn't have students, if we do not get the candidates because we have made a slot, in that case, what is the status? How it can be sorted?
Not the problem, and you don't have any responsibility to pump the students to the industry, to the institute.
No, in that status, what is to be done?
You are signing the NO for particular trade, maybe fitter or electrician, and you want 3 people or 5 people per year. So already that much capacity is there.
No, it is happened when we have selected candidates, when we have made a total mera here, we have selected a candidates and people are not come and join.
The mela
So here when we make the agreement, what will be the
this is you are taking the student as a part of training. So he is with you for 6 months. Then you are modeling according to your requirement. Then next 1 year you are continuing the apprenticeship.
Post 6 months, it can happen both the way. Employer might not retain them for different reasons, and even the student might not be there also with the industry for his own reason. So it can happen both ways. But possibilities of employing them is also equally high.
Well, is there a provision for registering the industry as a TP and whatever training we are doing for the students in this 6 months, you can be taken it as optional trade and you have a better payment from NSTI than whatever apprentice program you have been telling 1,500 rupees. There we are paid 40 rupees per hour. If we are able to get connected with the NSDC programs and your DST program, you will get a better benefit. Because there it is 40 rupees for all the trades minimum. So if you are paid 40 rupees for 6 hours per day of training, you will get 240 rupees per student.
That is 1 day for the part-time. It is for 3 months.
Sir, I mean, we can take it as an optional trade and we can do that too, sir. Even then, it is better than 1,500 rupees what we get them per month basis. No, because right now there is a discussion that every MSME can be considered as a TP and on the job training can also be considered as a skill set training. Sir, at the end of the day, after 6 months, we are considering them as non-available only. Sir,
ಏನ್ ಸ್ಕೀಮ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಅದಿದೆ ರತ್ನಪ್ರಭಾ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಅಲ್ಲ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ರತ್ನಪ್ರಭಾ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಜೊತೆ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಅವತ್ತು ಡೆಪ್ಯೂಟಿ ಸಿಎಂ ಅವರು ಇದ್ರು ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಬೀನ್ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ considering MSMEs as a training partner where they will get registered with the letter and we can take in students, train them and post them to the industry. If this program can be connected to that, probably the industry can get a better benefit.
Sir, now I would like to ask the chair to come up with the best benefits. Sir, monetary is something different, sir. The whole focus need to be on the skill and the skill what the student gains and contributes to the industry of the nation. Sir, but still, having said to encourage the student and the employer, sir, you come out, you suggest, you evaluate, you suggest, sir, we will give it to you. You suggest this is, sir, and as our colleague said, lot of hazards in claiming those benefits, sir, please, because you know the industry situations. We will not appoint separate people to run behind that. So make it very simple and very tidy so that there is no hassle by default. It happens until unless the industry or the institute puts a spoke there. It should happen by default, sir. No follow up without any follow up. Sir, coming back to this skill, what we are looking at.
Whatever you going to give the stipend, you better focus on the covering his insurance, medical insurance, so that employer also safe and employee who are coming is also safe.
It's a very nominal. It's a very nominal. Whatever. I think that's a good point because that even the student and the employer will be more happy that he is covered. I will not have to worry.
Yes.
So it's a small correction into the whole.
One clarification about the stipend, it is clarified. There are 15. Let's go to that particular slide.
PDF files.
Yeah.
We have to go in that. Will be also secure. We have to see all the rest.
So the point is with respect to the sharing of 20 members of prescribed stipend subject to the maximum INR 1,500 per month, the operative for all. This is the conclusion, sir. Here is the conclusion. Here. So to make it very simple, 1,500 per month is the point. I'll come to the 25%. 1,500 is the minimum amount will be given to the operative. If the stipend is given less than the prescribed amount, for example, 5,000 or 6,000, then the 25% of the amount will be given. 1,500 will not be given. That's the difference between these two, 25%, 1,500. It's clear.
Sorry. Come again. 1,500 will be given by.
It is very to make it very simple for every application from the government. Where the 25% prescribed stipend will be involved, if the candidate is getting less than the 6,000 or less than 6,000, for that particular amount, 25% will be given. For example, 5,000 rupees. For that, he will get a 25%. Is the point clear, sir?
No, one point is also I wish to make. See, this last 6 months is more a training for him. It is not an industry. It is not an engagement or an appointment. So stipend is not the concept here. They should be focused more on training. Just to encourage him.
Yes, there is no question. I will not come back. No. That is for appendix. But DSC there is no stipend at all.
Okay, but sir, I think we are mixing things.
That's what I'm saying.
Because we are ready to handle DSC. Our focus is on DSC, not on.
I think you are asked for that and clarifying with you.
No. My question was, your DSP document has a column.
Yes, it was there in the before guidance, it was there.
Now that you need to remove the point from DSP.
Yeah. That's not correct, it is there. So that's also. Earlier, we were giving the stipend, but it is not there.
No, from the industry point, I'm confused in that line paragraph in your document.
I told you the point also.
Okay. No, I think, sir, we move forward.
Yeah.
Sir, what I feel is, in this 2 points, sir, in these 1.5 years, to connect these students to the industry again, sir, as we have already plotted the district-wise, and one point which I also made is counseling the students about their interest of area and industries they need to work. In these 1.5 years, we need to work with the student, take them through the industries of their interest within the district and some specialized industries outside also, where they get a first-hand information about the industries, how it operates, how it works. Sir, also equally important, especially the people who have studied ITI, one is on the mission side. The other important role which they have to play in the industry is, especially on the quality management system. Because every stage today needs this, every person in an organization needs to know what is quality management. Otherwise, sir, there is no point in working like a donkey just in front of the machine round the clock. So these subjects and their trainings need to be more focused. And now I think I think we had a very very clearly, but we need to
have a clear roadmap. There are obvious difficulties in implementing DST. Results are very clear. We are not happy. We are also not happy. Students are not getting benefit. So how do we address that? So right now, your map industry is listed. So all of you agree we can start out one ITI per district. We get around 30 or just start out. I think it's very easily achievable. You can instruct your district representative. They should take it as a priority. Once you identify that, I think I'm sure they have a better understanding of the ideas. How is the teaching facility there? The students of which idea would be better suited to the industry. You would suggest to us this idea we want to adopt. We can do market and based on your recommendation, we will instruct our ideas and immediately get into MOU with that industry. So let us start off with industry, one district. Let us start off with that. So based on that experience, I'm sure there will be course corrections in this. It's a perfect system. But given the current situation, the industries are in problems, you see the ITI admissions now very poor. I think that's the case across. Not just ITI, BPCs, very problems, everybody has the same problem. So we should take it as a special challenge and ensure that industries also should, I think, work the extra mile to ensure that team works. Because it is in your interest also. So the other issues or concerns which you raised about the last 6 months being made a part of DSP, how we integrate that with others. That is also important. So it has to be looked as a whole. Because there's no point in just doing DSP without further linkage. It doesn't help you, it doesn't help the student. That purpose of this idea is you should get employed after that. There's no point in just getting trained, sitting at home after that. So that also I think I will impress upon the DGT to get it incorporated. And your concern about what happens in the 6 months, what happens to the student in those 6 months, how do you advise? So my suggestion to him was this 1,500 stipend or the subsidy which is part of apprenticeship. Small component can be hived off for the medical insurance part. Okay. So that your concern is taken care of in the DSC part. Another 200 rupees is not going to make much difference anywhere in the apprenticeship. And obviously, if you find them good enough, I'm sure you will pay a better salary than this. It doesn't make sense for you also just to pay because to retain somebody who is a much better value. Yes. It should not be like we are sitting on your throne to absorb somebody who is not, doesn't work in. So I think this small tweaking in the scheme guidelines would definitely help in addressing most of the issues what you are. Is that all right?
Yeah, yes. Sir, now the whole program of DST, where to begin and how to begin.
That's what I'm saying. Let us start a group district wise.
No, that's okay. That's point taken. My question is, example, DST starts today. The students will come into the industry, all our activities to train them, that initial program will start. But 1.5 years, this industry connect will not happen. That is the 6 months.
That's what I'm saying. You treat it as an industry. Industry connect should happen from the first month.
That is, you mean to tell students who have completed 1.5 years?
No, because in the beginning, yes.
So that industry connect, sir.
Okay, no, not very clear. Because if you are DSC, more should happen from the first year.
Okay.
It cannot happen at the end of 1.5 years that suddenly.
Fine.
Correct?
MOU is done. Yeah.
So it has to happen with a fresh batch which will be handled. It can't be that somebody who is in the 1.5 year now, somebody can't do questions in the DSC then.
Yeah.
So that is very clear.
Fine.
It has to be a fresh batch who are getting admitted now.
Okay.
So it's the right time for you to identify those ideas. You have to have the regular interaction, orientation of those students with your industry partners.
Yeah.
You have to motivate them and get them going. So that we cannot help. Final 6 months will come to you only after 1.5 years.
Exactly.
But they should not come to you only after 1.5 years.
No, the industry, the 6 months, the industry where they will go, last 6 months of training, that will come after 1.5 years. But now with our programs of motivating, taking them inspiring them and connecting them to some industry visits. These things will start now. That's what I mean.
Yes, that's what I am requesting you to give your SOP.
Okay.
You know the curriculum, each one what they are studying. That industry exposure visits should be proportionate to that. So you are actually grooming them to get absorbed in the industry.
The theory practical should go parallel.
I think that is more structured and useful for both of you.
Sure. But we will plan like every quarterly one industry visit and might be some one motivation programs and showing them some videos of different industries, giving them directions. That can be planned.
Yes.
So we will sit across and try to arrive at what should be the way this training needs to be done. And we will start with this first batch of what is starting now. Students who are coming in. Yeah, this year we can start that. And we will also give what are the different stages at where ASIA would get involved, in what are the ways we get involved and how we need to.
What I will suggest, with the permission, what I will suggest is, having so many people are come here, they spend so much time. Again, it's not the iteration of things. But today, let us make one instead of meeting and so we'll start and need to tell you. Right. Then things start becomes fun. What is it?
That is for the changes what they are.
Small changes they're asking, but even like in 1.5 years also, we need to just figure out how many hours and how many days.
I think that flexibility
Flexibility is there.
we don't need
Not required. What is it like? Right in different way. What is away from what is the on the planet? Then we can put it and send the across. And Sarah's told 1 month, district one representative and talk to 1 month.
That will come up with a plan. We'll discuss internally and come up with a plan.
along with the president, you give us. So code learning, by when can you give this 30 industry district wise one?
By end of this month. Because now we have this Dasara holidays. By end of this month we will say.
Okay. So one as soon as you share that. Yeah. Usually we'll have to. That is the man. Beside the industry is industry based on the requirement of yes. Okay. I think that's a good step forward. So there is a key takeaway. Two parts. One is with respect to the existing team guidelines, we'll identify one idea so from your side, you will have to tell us which industry partners based on the particular state. So based on that, we will immediately insert our response to avoid with the MOU and start.
Once we identify the ITIs, then what are the courses running through in that particular ITA, we'll have to know.
That we have shared. That's not there. That's what he has shared it with.
Okay, that data. And number of students there.
So that your local industry has to visit the ITI because the numbers will vary. Even if it is 30, probably this year, I don't know how many people are across. So that is based on your input after visit to the ITI. You would tell us.
One ITA, one district, instead of that. Because we have a different type of courses. There is a electrical, we have electronics, we have. So, one. Yes. Yes. So that for my ITA may be.
You are free to hire people from multiple.
Yes.
That will be great. I think at least let us start off with one thing. Sure. If you are able to rope in multiple ideas and good, you are more than sure.
They're also there. Again, sitting together. So we'll quickly sum up. We'll wind up, we'll sign off. As far as got some meeting.
One point, sir. My one suggestion to Krishna sir. From DIT, we have already some DNOs are there for every district in Karnataka, government ITIS. So if you make that point a person as a contact person and make responsible.
That is our people.
No, state the principals also. ITI principals also. Every district, one principal is made a district model officer. So then they can be.
What is this?
Yes, sir.
Once we get the input from, we can ask the DMO to coordinate with you.
So I'll just quickly summarize. Venkatesh, please keep a block of it. If anything is given, then you can correct. You can also add. You can always intervene at every point. Because this is what we are going to send to our additional secretary for approval. Whatever the point, wherever you think it has to be added, the industry concern will write separately, highlighted, bold-faced letters and send it. So let them take additional. And because there are there'll be two issues. Some of the decisions we have to take. Miss Delhi, even I am not empowered to take, not even madam, secretary level. Some of the decisions commissioner can take, again some of the decisions again the state government has to address that issue. So that depending upon that point we will decide. So first point I can quickly sum up, start writing. Attendance, we are going to give us all the participant attendance. So first point is CASIA, CASIA and DIT and RDSC. Karnataka has agreed to go with the DST, implementation of DST in the state of Karnataka. The first point. The second point is the commissioner has suggested one ITI per district. One ITI, you can write a rough sentence, we will frame it again when you are writing final drafts. So one district, one ITI, one industry, per district will be identified. A mapping of one industry to one ITI per district initially. So it comes to 30 districts. 30 districts. Will be first mapping will be done. Again, the mapping is what are the criteria for mapping would be availability of trade in that particular ITI, then availability of associated industries there. Am I okay? Suppose electrical may not be there. The requirement of the industry. No, that's what. That's what I mean. Suppose we are doing a fitter mapping, but fitter related industries may not be there in some extent. Yeah, that's what they did. I'm coming to that point. So we will make, so the decision will be ITA, what are the trades available? Then after the availability of the trades, what is the industry available? Industry available in that district. Suppose you say some electrical are there, but the associated industry is not all based. So mapping of industry versus ITA based on trades. That is the next point. The third point will be, as I suggested, again, because practical, again, this will be subject to admissions. Suppose admissions are not there in that particular. Tomorrow they ask why you not in this. So the process will be materials based on the again admission status. I think admissions we are going to freeze in what's the date? Last date? 23rd this Friday. So we'll get a clear picture on 23rd. How many are admitted and which IT and which grade. So that is the next point. Then next point would be industry will make the that is the industry will make the training schedule for 1.5 years. That is there in our DST also, isn't it? Then what will be the how ITA will be contributing?
No, sir, it is a combination of both the industry as well as the IT.
Okay. What we'll put it is industry and ITA will do because we have to practically come out with a model ultimately.
That will be after the
MOU will be signed. I'm talking about schedule. So, okay, next point is MOU will be signed between ITA and the industry, whatever industry selected after the mapping. The next point will be the schedule, the training schedule will be made with that is jointly made by the industry and as well as concerned ITA with the dual approval of the small approval, like what they have done it. Senior officers as we just see. Like, then Now only so training schedule is over. Then what industry wants is, industry wants that all the assessment evaluations should be completed after 18 months. That's what he wanted. The boy should not go back for examination.
Within 18 months.
18 months, you write the evaluation assessment of the training running under DST should be completed by 18 months or at the end of 18 months. Then next point would be
Certificate should be issued after 24.
that goes. Then next 6 months, last 6 months, the candidate will be placed in the industry on a continuous basis, where he will not get any, that is, will be there in next 6 months. Then after 2 years of completion of the DST, student, you would like to have evaluation at your center industry of 6 months.
Mutually, we will have to agree on the report, on the student report.
So there will be a joint evaluation for the after 6 months of the candidate training. Whatever is done, project or training, whatever, in all respects, discipline, punctuality, integrity, etc., etc. So many things are there as per the industry perspective. There will be a joint evaluation of the candidate after 6 months, that is after 2 years, by the industry as well as this. We want joint certification also. That is there, I think, already.
That's already there.
Evaluation we can have.
Industry name will be there, sir.
Industry name.
No, that evaluation they are going to do. Now the issue comes, in these 6 months, what is the safety of the child? Right, we will put it, let them, let bosses decide. Because 6 months he will be continuously in some industry, a mechanical industry or a electrical industry, whatever it is, subject to some risk factors. So in that, no,
So
we
now
can't
we
get to know. Now what is safety measures are best because of their own financial consideration. Some child gets amputated or some manufacturer, something happens, who will take the responsibility? Either industry or the IT. So you want to suggest a medical insurance has to be given that 6 months. That's what you're telling me. So a medical insurance has to be provided for the student in the last 6 months of the training. Okay, sir? Now the debate comes here, who will the care? So who will bear the insurance? So the medical insurance can be a part of the scheme of central government. We'll write it, let them decide. Or can be part of the state government. You can move to your state government. If it is small number. They are not going to put this who state for any fund. BSc they are not going to fund. Now, a small request to entrepreneurs, could you take some premium part for the 6 months?
No, first of all, they will be having no stipend or anything, zero.
No, they don't have.
No, you take
There is an SCSC thing, only 2 people will be getting.
No, sir, as a moral support, it is our responsibility.
No, sir,
Okay.
must take, but see, if you
The
don't.
government
No, what I am suggesting is, say 6 months that boy or girl is working. So you can give a small amount of premium of insurance.
No, that will never satisfy if any major something happens.
The
It is
only
not-
the accidental
It is not-
insurance. Yeah, accidental
On
insurance.
that angle, we are talking.
That only can be covered 6 months.
The EBM now to get about 3 to 4 lakhs insurance, you have to pay around 7,000 to 8,000, like that only. Annually. But sometimes the parents or dependents, they will be not happy. This is what we are facing. That's
Or
why
can we have
I propose-
accidental insurance?
Sir, can we connect?
Accidental insurance is the cheapest way of handling the student.
Then
That is only better.
That only we cover and it is very only 625 or 800. That's all per year.
Can we cover the students under ESI?
Yes, sir.
Sir, it is very difficult if you.
Even labor problem.
You cannot take them with ESI.
Here, yes, no. Yes, policy, right? The government is
No, when you want to cover ESI, you must have a base
one
one.
by one, please. Yes, sir. One by one.
Then you must have a base fee for that.
Yes. Sir,
So as he's telling, but can we have an accidental insurance coverage for the training in the 6 months?
That is affordable by the industry.
That may be plus, that is one. Can we put that point?
no, sir.
Government can take care. Sir, government can take care. Our industry people will put the effort to train the person and give the employment. Today, there it can be a function, it can be successful way. There should not be single rupee burden to the industry. As per the functioning and successfully it has to be completed. Please let the government can do.
Sir, now, if I go to the rural area, my parents, they are getting medical cards. And they will go to all the government hospital or the better hospital, they take the, let it go, this also into that.
If there is a provision, I think, no, it need not be an employee there. Even ESI can accommodate.
What we put it is, during the last 6 months of the training, the student should get an accidental insurance coverage. Now there we put a question mark there. Central government, state government, employer, trainee. No, because it is a very debatable point.
We are clear that employer won't. Don't put that word. Please remove it.
Central government, state government, and third one.
Sir, I have a question. For this, sir,
Yeah.
so for this ITI now, are you, I mean, charging the students on?
Government ATS more or less free, no much cost. Private ATS means they are charging. What sir? Maybe
No,
personal.
for DST, what you can do, if it can be collected, it's a nominal fee. If it can be collected and paid for that through the institute, from that is better.
What is it?
Collect and pay.
Man student targets are better.
Student cannot.
Government ATS cannot.
See, once again I repeat, my parents and my sister, brothers, all they are getting the insurance, medical insurance from the government level. These students also, it comes under their son or the daughter. Once they employ, then it will be bifurcated. Let that scheme continue here also. Why employer has to be burdened? No, DST is not come across, but whereas in the apprenticeship we take, there we face the problem.
Sir, actually,
I have faced in apprenticeship scheme. That's why I put.
No, in the
No,
industry,
I am
sir.
not linking with the problem we faced in the apprenticeship. I have just put. So that should not happen here.
Sir, even you have a plumbing work, somebody comes in to do a plumbing inside the industry, something goes wrong for it. Employer of the organization is accountable. Or electrician comes, he is accountable. So the student need, the safety of the student is accountable by the employer only. Who owns it or who takes the burden? Sir, when it is our choice, we take the student, then obviously it is our problem. We are paying now. Since now we are jointly discussing on a bigger platform, now it is a debatable, right? Who takes it? That's it. Yeah.
That the registered contractor you will have an ESI, like security, how we appoint.
We get it from the contract, that's the right way.
Registered contract. He will have a ESI PM, he will take it because he comes under the contract.
As per the DST, we are not now.
Sir, it doesn't happen generally, but if it happens, we need to be covered. Cover is a must, sir. We should not wait for something to go wrong.
The overall year, we have not used any DST implementation.
Okay, we put the point like this. Insurance has to be covered by central or state government. or training.
Sir, make an attempt, then we can further discuss.
Okay.
Make an attempt.
Accidental insurance during the 6 months, the last 6 months of the training should be covered by central, state, or trains. If the private IT, we can ask him to pay. Government IT, how we don't have any power to spend government. Training also different. But anyway, it is different. We'll put it, let the top heads, bureaucrats to decide. We'll put up the things, how it comes to easy. That's one. Then, so there will be a joint, you are written a joint evaluation after 6 months by industry as well as the. Then another point I want to request to all the honorable members, whether is 6 months, any small amount stipend can be paid to our trainees. Pocket money, you would say.
Sir, I have.
As individual,
Sir, I have.
you have to pay, we pay. As individual.
Sir,
That not be.
I think we can request the concerned industries to do that.
Now,
We'll pay, we are paying.
so this year, NSTI started some new courses, We had MOU with some industries. There is no any financial implication in DSC system, but they are paying some nominal 5,000 rupees per candidate per month, providing lunch, some facilities and providing safety shoes, gloves, apart as per the requirement of their job roles. It is not there. It is not there on
No, the safety shoes or uniform is a mandatory. By default, it is a cost. Industry will already type of.
Courses under DSC. Industry, they are one.
With some multinational, customers coming to our knowledge, if they see one person in the shop floor not wearing a safety shoes, my vendor registration will be knocked out. We cannot take a risk.
I think that can be paid to industry.
That's not mandatory.
We came out with nominal stipend would be paid.
Sir, not as a record.
Yes, but traveling pay.
Not on record, maybe, definitely.
Not on the record, off the record.
It is just understood.
So we can we say that association.
Depending on the industry,
Industry is willing to pay strong stipend depending upon the financial health of the industry.
It's a emergency.
Okay, you can write it.
That we cannot record.
Huh?
We cannot record that.
Any other point then?
System.
After the completion, they have to go for the apprentice, that's what they do.
Then, okay, next part is, no, okay, leave part that one, money part. Next will be, as Sara suggested, after completion of 2 years of the DST training, he or she should have a provision to do apprenticeship in concerned same industry. You are agreeing about that?
Yes, sir. And
Then already you got 6 months trained technician. So another 1 year going for the.
if the student wishes to graduate,
No, we will canvas. Now it is again our role also come. We'll also tell that why you have to do apprenticeship.
No, it's not the canvas, sir. It should be a mandate.
Mandatory. I think state government should take a call.
It should be.
there is a duration of the
There are
apprentice.
two aspects. One is industry is ready to pay a follow-on apprenticeship training for the trainee after completion of 2 years. Okay, industry is ready.
The duration of the apprenticeship.
1 year, 1 year, 1 year. Then you write that.
In that 1 year, if I'm right, you are saying that.
Yeah, I'm coming to that. Coming next time. Industry is ready to take the follow-on training. The training was completed in that industry as apprentices for 1 more year. Under that NAC, National NTC, 1 year training. Yes, 1 year. Then during this period, the stipend is mandatory, as per the norms.
Yes.
The stipend will be paid as per that condition.
This can be recorded.
No, that is once you are an apprenticeship. Now the point here would be your interest. Once you are coming under this apprenticeship activity, you are eligible for the NAS. You are coming under industry will be covered under NAS with the due supervision of the state, DI commissioner's discretion. Now, which industry to take which industry to the north is again the discussion of commissioner. So now the issue would be the apprenticeship starts for the trainee after the 2 years at your industry. Then after there was somebody questioned me in BC, Venkatesh in one BC from Bellary, I think I was attending BC after looking down. He says after doing apprenticeship, does the industry guarantee the job? If he has any comments on that.
If he has job, he will.
No, suppose he completes 6 months here, he does 1 year training, he goes for apprenticeship, then afterwards are you giving any job?
Sir, that is advantage going through CASIA. CASIA will make effort with the industry.
Now can we record that after completion of this?
Sir, I think as a simple point.
No, I'm not giving a guarantee. Nobody can find
Yes.
this. I put the word after completion of this year. I'm putting a training. After completion of 1 year training, apprenticeship training,
Yes.
the CASIA will assist in giving suitable placement anywhere in the Karnataka, any industry.
Yes.
Maybe put up out of Karnataka also.
And
Some like
also
Andhra Pradesh or
No, and also because the same employer where they got paid. That is the
they could be
case.
found at that time, suppose your business is not good.
Either
you are
way,
employed,
it can
you
be.
cannot- you will
Yes.
employ.
Sometimes, if the candidate is getting better opportunity.
He will go, no, that goes without saying. So we can record that after completion of 1 year apprenticeship, CASIA will assist in getting employment in any of these members within the Karnataka or outside. You said that you are a member of Punjab, South India. So somewhere if it is in Telangana, Andhra, even Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Goa. Then what we want actually as a commissioner are able to tell you, then the main problem in this is we don't have any tracking of information. Government will ask how many are trained, where are they, we don't have any. And we are we have to put our eyes up when this government needs the information. So, sir, with your permission, sir, with your permission. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. With permission of the chair, what I'm doing is, I think they are developing a dashboard, a ERP system. The information tracking about the trainee after placement, you will duly put it on the dashboard on the website or whatever system integration. Integration of your placement activity should be done on the portal, government portal. So that one stop they are able to take out. Suppose what happens is, suppose that guy is working in your industry, tomorrow is going to migrate your industry. He's paying 1,000 rupees more. Next year he migrate it. Then he will update it. So that we come to know where are our voice. Only case would be when the trainees go out of India, we may not do. But at least within locally, we'll able to make it. So you just write after passing after the trainee is employed in the industry, so their update or their personal details are being uploaded in the state government portal. She will make it thanks for all. We doing. Apprenticeship and DSC.
No, that whatever you said, will focus it on CASIA, sir. Because CASIA is the data management.
No, what it means is that the data management. CASIA, sir,
CASIA
now
is-
one point which in the minutes.
Okay, you want to put in a CASIA?
No. One point which we need to cover is the engagement between CASIA and the directly what, see, it begins now. It is not after 1.5 years as.
From today, day one, we start. Yeah.
So now, what do we do from now onwards? What are the activities which we are already presented? We now minute it properly and send a document to you. And how that will be managed across this first to go 30 districts and 30 ITIs. So first that we will map that, how that operates, we will share it to them. Sorry, sir?
It's minimum, sir.
No, that is the first step. Minimum 30 to begin. To begin, and I think sir will be excited and you'll be very happy if we cover all the ideas right from there. He will be the happiest person. But that is, sir, it is a learning for us also. Sir, we have come as we have been discussing this. CASIA is a non-profit organization. All people sitting here are purely through passion to add some value to the nation and the system, what we are all working, to the students in particular. Sir, we will come up with one beautiful strategy where it is a very practical one way. And as of now, as of this day, whatever we have been discussing, I agree that that we are all being practical, because this program needs to be very effective. Otherwise, let us not beat around. And we will come out with a good draft. What is our role in this whole journey? So that gives clarity, which also can be shared and signed up.
We do pointers. Just the two minimum 30 more the better. Second point is this engagement to begin on the person. So to that extent, you will have to come with granularity. Each grade wise, industry wise, how the exposure to be set.
Sure.
So we will look at from our principals also. These cases are required. Perfect.
Perfect.
Next meeting we should finalize that.
And one more, sir, I want to add, as told, is suppose you are doing an SOP for, let us say, trade off with that. It should be same for across the country.
Yes, sir.
The timetable, schedule, everything, practical.
We'll have a plan.
So the uniformity will be there.
Now we will bring out a planner which will be common, very transparent.
So that's why, sir, everything should focus through the CASIA only, because each industry will have their own system of working. When you put into the CASIA, there will be a standard guideline, as you said, SOP. We'll follow that, and all the whatever the data bank system also should be made with through the CASIA only. That's good. Because CASIA we have
SOP will be made between CASIA and DA.
yes,
Okay.
even
SOP will be soon generated between
sir, institution and industry
for
MOU
implementation of DA.
signed with in presence of CASIA.
Yeah.
CASIA. It should be recorded.
And that's why, see, we are there, we talk to only CASIA. We will not talk to any individual.
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yes. Correct.
That's okay.
No, that is the whole reason of adding the CASIA people onto the board and creating the.
No, that day you are asking, no, you want to put a project to our ministry. This is a basic, good idea. You are telling now you are representing as an entity, developing this, you are doing service. So this is one of the point you can add. Definitely that will use some mileage. What way you have to see?
This point is this, faculty development.
Sir, in our write-up, sir, we will add all this. One is the student, the faculty, sir, kindly permit us to address this ISO system into the institution, sir. Sir, that will give lot of push to the institution. Sir, make everybody. Sir, these 3 points, if anything is missed out in our discussion, we will add that and send it to you, sir. We need to approve.
So when we will be sending this SOPs, then you require a year after the Dasara before.
Yes, sir. Next week.
By
Next weekend,
31st.
next weekend we will get it.
31/3.
Yeah, you can consider that.
You can share to us also.
So incidentally, we received yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah. You can propose the order. Yeah. Thanks.
Good afternoon. It was really good afternoon. So after long turnout, many good things have come out. Usually, any turnout is only good things will come out under the chairmanship of Dr. Trilok Chandra IAS. On behalf of our president and all the members, it's my pleasure to propose our half thanks. First, I thank Dr. Trilok Chandra IAS, Commissioner DIT, on behalf of our president and the members of CASIA. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Sri PV Rao, Regional Director, for co-chairing this meeting. I thank on behalf of our president and all the members of CASIA. I thank Sri Krishnappa, Director ITI, on behalf of our president and members. I also thank all the officers of NSTI and chairman of our development, faculty development, skill development and skill committee, and all the members of our CASIA and our president and OPs. Thank you. Please join for the lunch, sir.
I am very sorry. ಸಣ್ಣ ನೆನಪಿನ ಕಾಣಿಕೆ ಇದೆ ಸರ್.
I request our president to kindly give a memento, pass a memento to all the dignitaries.
Committee members. We will share it. We'll sit here. ಬನ್ನಿ ಸರ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.